The Afghanistan debacle is a scar on American history that will hurt for a very long time. What were we thinking? One administration led us into a fight we were not prepared to finish, then got distracted. Another fought on without thinking deeply about why. A third wanted to abandon the gig so bad he just agreed to run. And a fourth should have known better, but took the easy escape. America and Afghanistan and the world paid a heavy price for the perennial strategic void suffered in Washington. Whatever you may think of these presidents, none deserves accolades for Afghanistan. After 9/11, America was mad. We went after Al-Qaeda and drove out the Taliban as collateral damage. Then Iraq pulled attention away. The Taliban found safe harbor in Pakistan. Our heavy presence started to erode our welcome, and credibility broke down for the government in a box we tried to install. The president did not do this alone. And who is responsible for the whole team? That would be you and me. In a democracy, every American shares the burden of events that happen on our watch. In comes a new commander-in-chief who played escape artist in Iraq, creating a vacuum for ISIS, while he boosted our presence in Afghanistan. More troops, without a clear vision of where we were heading, only dug us in deeper. He too had help in sidestepping the deeper questions and replaying aspects of Vietnam, and he too was supported by you and me. We did this. By the time number 3 rolls around, things were a mess, and he just wanted out. So he negotiated away the whole thing, ignoring the Afghan nation to deal directly with the enemy. He gave away the farm. This Talibandit had help as well. But we can't blame mere children for what we ultimately did as a nation. We, the people, share again in the responsibility of strategic failure. At least we hired an experienced statesman, or so some assumed. Then he followed the game plan of the guy before, smiling through nice guy glasses while the Taliban moved in. With little foresight to get friends out before goons with guns came knocking, he presided over a fiasco 20 years in the making. Can we blame him alone? No, democracy is a team sport. This one is on you and me as well. Let's not forget that we Americans also participated in that distracted decade before 9/11 caught us off guard. We missed warning signals and paid the price for a short attention span. And don't forget events of the 1980s, when we set conditions that would come back to haunt us. This is a long festering problem compounded by leaders on all sides. Speaking of short attention spans, our senators and representatives have a knack for contributing to American incompetence. Challenge them when elections come around. To find heroes in this story, don't look to politicians. It's the little guys who deserve our thanks, the aid workers, diplomats, and dedicated military personnel who helped improve human lives. So where does this all leave us? In a mess, certainly, but we are agents of our own recovery. Here are 3 things we can all do. First, we did this to ourselves, but also to our friends. Some are now refugees, at least the lucky ones. We owe them a smooth resettlement, just as we owe all suffering Afghans our support. This will take focus, funds, and friendship. Helping those who trusted us is what real Americans do. Second, we can pay more attention to world events. Why do we and our Congress get so whipped up about wars we don't even understand? A better educated America could nudge policy in smarter directions. Learn languages, cultures, religions, history, and don't rely on social media, the polar opposite of good education. Read broadly. Don't let any single media source fill your brain with mush. Finally, how about term limits on elected officials? Why on earth do we re-elect folks who have already done enough damage to last a lifetime? We are a representative democracy only if we prevent Washington from forming its own political ecosystem. Send fresh people with fresh ideas over and over so we can keep the nation thinking in step with the real world. And let's keep an eye on Afghanistan, since the crisis we helped create may well call us back there again.